Hello everyone and welcome to my preview of the 2016 Golden Slipper. It is one of the big Group 1 races on Australia's racing calendar, and well, it's definitely Sydney's biggest race of the year, no question about it. Of course, it's a part of a big race meeting this Saturday, 5 Group 1s, and this is one of them, and probably the biggest one out of all of them. Well, it definitely is the biggest one out of all of them. So let's go through the race. Of course, it's race 7 on the race meeting agenda for this Saturday, and it is ran over 1,200 metres at Rosehill Gardens, and the time the race will get underway is at 4:30 p.m. local time. Now, this year's Golden Slipper field is made up of 17 horses. We're going to get straight into it and start with the favourite, Extreme Choice. Mick Price has 2 horses that are in with a genuine chance of winning this race. This is one of them, probably his biggest chance out of both those 2 horses. And well, Craig knew it. He's been riding this horse absolutely superbly throughout his last 5 runs. He's won all of his 5 runs, and or his last 4 runs rather, including the Blue Diamond Stakes in his last start at Caulfield. He won that in really good fashion, no doubt about it. And well, he's favourite for the reason. The only probably little, I guess, glitch I have with this horse is that it hasn't ran at Rosehill, hasn't won a race at Rosehill, so that, you know, if you're looking to maybe fault it a little bit, that could be the fault. Number 2, we have Flying Artie coming out of Barrier 5, another Mick Price trained horse that is in with a very good chance of winning this year's Golden Slipper. Hasn't won a race over the 1,200 metre journey though, and of course came second in the Blue Diamond Stakes to Extreme Choice last start at Caulfield. Like I said, hasn't won a race over 1,200 metres, so that can be a little bit of a concern. Damien Oliver though, he's on board, and I'm sure he'll ride this horse really, really well. He's the second favourite for the race. Number 3, we have Diffcano, who is going to be ridden by Brad Pripple and will be coming out of Barrier 14. Backed by the punters at $26. Has won a race over 1,200 metres, so that is a very good thing for this horse, and does run frequently at Sydney racecourses, including Rosehill. The odds is quite big actually, $26, but you know, it could slot into the top 6. It definitely looks like it has that potential. Number 4, coming out of Barrier 9, we have Kiss and Make Up. I think this is Bruce McAvaney's tip for the Golden Slipper, and you know what? It is a very good chance to challenge Extreme Choice, Flying Artie, Mick Price's favourites in the race. It is a very good 2-year-old bay colt, and has won its last 4 races, and 2 of them have been over the 1,200 metres. So, you know what? I'd be slotting this into your top 3 because it's definitely a very good chance to slot in as a placing. It could even win the race. I do like this horse. Number 5, we have Astern, who has won its last 5 races, and one of them being at Rosehill Gardens. That was just 2 runs back. Looking in very good form, as you can see on the form guide. The only problem though is that it hasn't won a race over 1,200 metres. It's coming out of Barrier 17 also, so the barrier might not suit this horse, especially when you've got to get out. You know, you've got to get out and be in a good position at the first 200 to be able to, you know, try and get to the front down the straight. So, look, it's in good form. I think the barrier though might not suit this horse. It's backed by the punters though at $12, so it's somewhat a chance. Could be a Ruffie that could get up. Number 6, we have Star Term, was beaten very easily by Extreme Choice, Flying Artie in the Blue Diamond Stakes. In fact, Flying Artie has beat it basically twice in its last 5 starts. 2 of those races Flying Artie has beaten Star Term because they were both racing against each other in 2 of those races. Coming out of Barrier 11, hasn't won from barrier 11 before. In fact, it came out of barrier 10 in the Blue Diamond and came 5th out of the 16 horse field. So Dwayne Dunn has, I think, a lot of work to do on this horse. It's backed by the punters at $41. Number 7, probably one of the chances, Capitalist. And, well, jockeyed by Blake Shin, coming out of barrier 2, which is a very good barrier for it. In fact, it's won from that barrier before. One of them, in his last 5 starts, he's actually won from barrier 2, so that is very good. It's won over the 1200 metre distance and only comes second out of the 4 horses in its last run at Royal Randwick. That was over the 1200 metre journey. Could be a chance. Number 8, Good Standing, coming out of barrier 10. Huey Bowman is the jockey on this horse for the Golden Slipper. It actually has been the jockey for its last 3 races, where it's won 2 of them and drawn 3rd in the other one. It's a very good horse, it looks like. It's actually won over the 1200 metres, and its last 5 race, or its last race, was actually over that 1200 metre where it won. So I like this horse. It's backed by the punters at $13. Backed by the punters at $34, Tell Pierre Ian, who is going to be jockeyed by James Doyle, coming out of barrier 12. And hasn't won at the 1200 metre journey, so coming out of barrier 12, not sure if the barrier will suit this horse. Number 10, I reckon this could be a roughie that you might want to just put $1 each way on, because I actually don't mind the look of this horse, and it's actually at very large odds, backed by the punters at $126. It might be because of the change of jockey, I think that's probably why, but it has actually won its last 2 races over the 1200 metre journey. That was in a small field, so you know, this race will be very tough for this horse. It could be worth putting $1 each way bet. You never quite know. It has won over that journey, so you never know, but this race will be tough. Number 11, we have Scarlet Rain, trained by Gay Waterhouse. Kiss and Makeup, the horse that I liked at number 4, actually trains that horse as well. So this is another one of her chances. And, well, this horse has won its last 4 starts. Its last one was over the 1200 metres with a 12 horse field. Don't mind the look of this horse. It's backed by the punters at $26. So could be a really good roughie to get on if you want to back a roughie in the Golden Slipper. Number 12, Callie Opie, who has won over the 1200 metre distance before. In fact, did that in its last race. There's a lot of horses in this race that have actually won their previous starts. So going to be a very good race. But anyway, coming out of barrier 15, that could be the concern with this horse. Barrier 15 might just not suit this horse. It will be a tougher race as well. It's backed by the punters at $23. Number 13, we have Yankee Rose, coming out of barrier 3. Hasn't won over the 1200 metres, so whether the 100 metres, the extra 100 metres will suit, considering it has won over the 1100 metre distance, will be interesting to see. Coming out of barrier 3, so the barrier shouldn't be too much of a problem. Zach Purton is the jockey. Number 14, we have Sweet Sherry, who is backed by the punters at $201, coming out of barrier 8. Last 2 starts, came 6, was actually one of the horses in the Blue Diamond Stakes at Caulfield a few weeks ago, where it came 6 out of the 16 horse field. Going to be a tough race for this horse, and well, no wonder it's at such large odds. Number 15, Honesty Prevails, who is backed by the punters at $51. Hasn't won over the 1200 metre journey. In its last race come 4th, which was over that 1200 metre distance. Has only won over the 1100 metre distance. So I think a few of the horses who have won over the 1200 metres will be just a tad too strong for this horse. Coming out of barrier 6. Number 16, we have Quick Feet, backed by the punters at $201. Coming out of barrier 1, Damien Lane. I think he has a lot of work to do on this horse. Came second in its last race over the 1200 metres, but hasn't won over that distance. Finally, number 17, we have Mo Queen. Craig Williams has been able to take the ride of this. It is an emergency at this stage, but of course, if a horse does drop out, this horse will be eligible to run in this year's Golden Slipper. Backed by the punters though at $301. Has only had 3 starts where it's come 3rd, 4th and 3rd. Has not won a race yet, so going to be a very tough race for Mo Queen. Okay, time to finish off the preview now with my tips and roughies of the race. We'll start with my tips, and I've gone for first place, number 4, Kiss and Makeup, who was backed by the punters at about $10. Love the form of this horse. I reckon this horse has the capability to challenge Mick Price's favourites of Extreme Choice and Flying Artie. So I reckon Kiss and Makeup is my tip. Like I mentioned, it's Bruce McAvaney's tip, and it's my tip too. Second place, number 1, Extreme Choice. I reckon Kiss and Makeup and Extreme Choice will be fighting to the finish line. Extreme Choice will just drop short by a tad and will come second place. It's the favourite for a reason though, and if it gets up then I wouldn't be surprised. I've then slotted in at third place, number 8, Good Standing. I like this horse over the 1200 metre journey. Should know Rosehill Gardens very well, so I think it was slotted in at third place. Okay, time for my 2 roughies of the race. I've gone Scarlet Rain at number 11. A gay Waterhouse trained horse, of course, and of course jockeyed by Tom Berry, as I said. Has won its last 4 starts and has won over the 1200 metre journey. The barrier might be just a little bit of a concern, but I think if you want a roughie, this horse might be the one to go for. I do like this horse. I've also gone Capilope at number 12 for my other roughie of the race. I like this horse over the distance as well. Didn't really do too good in one of the Blue Diamond trial races at Caulfield about a month ago, but I think it's improved since then, and the track, which at the moment is a soft 5, if it stays that way then it could possibly, the soft 5 track probably would suit this horse. Okay, so that is it for my preview of the 2016 Golden Slipper at Rosehill Gardens, the race for 2-year-olds, a big race. Probably, people could argue this, and maybe I'll argue this, but it could definitely be the second biggest race alongside the Melbourne Cup Carnival. Of course, there's a lot of other bigger races as well that probably stack up alongside this race, but it really does showcase the best 2-year-olds racing and fighting against each other. Don't forget to like, comment and share this video. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Of course, racing content is so strong here on this channel. I do so much racing content. I'll be back with more Victorian Group 1 horse racing previews next week when I preview the William Reid Stakes. And I'm also working on a bit of a project coming soon to improve how racing is presented here on the channel. So subscribe to stay tuned to all of that. Don't forget to follow me on Twitter this week. I will be providing my tips from Moonee Valley this Friday night, as well as tips from all the other Group 1 races at Rosehill Gardens this Saturday. So follow me on Twitter at Bevob5. So that is it. Bye for now.